Bam, we're locked in there.
Morning.
Morning. All right. All right. Good morning, everybody. We're live now. Pull this up. Top of the morning. I'm a little tired today, but we all right. It's Friday. Yeah, I'm a little sleepy. Trade station. Get money till I'm dead. All right. Yeah. There's the cues. Yo, I gave that analysis out last night. If anybody fucking traded that setup on NQ that we went over in class last night, look at that.
I passed half my account, mijo.
Nice. I got IWM calls.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, dude, that overhead right there, pop, empty space, filled, build a box where you run out of empty space. It's the same shit. Looking good for today? I think so. I think we might be able to catch something. I'm looking at the video. Well, running out of land. It's in my crib. Plate. The yams. Well, nah. Getting 4 calls at one time. This side. The engine. Selling 4 calls at one time. It's tight. All right. All right. So 24-hour candle here. We got a new high on the Qs. And like yesterday, I had some premonitions early on that we would likely see a pullback. And actually, funny enough, last night, right, we were talking about how these pullbacks get pulled up and then the next day, big rip. Well, there you go. So there is going to be a gap underneath us, technically speaking. And so what I'm going to be doing today, because again, this is at all-time highs, is I would be looking for anything possibly, and as of right now, we're outside of that range, but anything falling back into, and we're going to keep this real simple today because simplicity is key, and for this setup, it will be as well. So we're going to be looking at a punch down, basically a loss of 698.97, and that's where we could start looking at a leg down to the open, and then potentially that gap fill, which would be submerged right around cost basis. So for the Qs, I think it's pretty simple, okay? It's been awful as fire, dude. One of his best albums. Isaiah Rashad don't miss, dude. He fucking, even with the wieners and everything, it's still fine. All right, now, sorry. um, that's it for me with the cues. I do have a channel target of 705. So if we get to ripping, don't go into today being like, oh, I'm gonna go short at every new high. Nah, we don't want to do all that.
That shit is painful. Please, y'all don't do it.
That's experience right there. I can hear it in his voice. He been
Bro,
through that.
for real.
He been through that.
Never do it again. Get my ass whooped all day trying to short something.
Yeah, man. Best to avoid. All right, now let's take a look at SPY as we're dealing with a very similar situation, folks, with price squeezing out or squeezing up. 2-hour time frame, right? And again, we're gonna keep this simple. You're gonna keep this simple because I ain't gonna trade this shit. But not this. It's not a bad setup. It's just not my setup. You are moving through this range here. Possible box. You've already wicked out into new highs. I really don't have a channel on SPY. I think I had one right here. I see the way the people get treated is problematic. Yeah, as you can tell, not great. So as of this morning, guys, yeah, there is, something to speculate on, but we would want to see something that is lost. And again, with all-time highs being where we're at, it's best not to keep going short until you actually lose something. So 735 would be an area to look for a potential short today. You would have to lose the floor over here to your left at 737.28, and that's where you could go and drop into that open and possible gap. All right. Last one is IWM. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, burgers? The kind of people who say good morning handsome to me is fucking, it's like I live with my grandma. Hey, honey. All right. All-time highs is crazy. That's exactly what this stock market is, man. Gotta let it ride. All right. So for IWM, I discussed a little play yesterday with the potential punchback here. Empty space getting filled to 284, and we are technically opening up in range. I just want to make that abundantly clear. So if you're not an in-range trader, be careful. They keep blinkies popping. Now, with that being said, we do have a gap underneath us, which is a no-go, because I think that if we go for the gap fill, we're likely going to fall, and possibly much further down to 280. But to the upside, if we can fill this back up, and it is Friday, 285.10 and 285.75 would likely give us a final target of around 286.50. So not the cream of the crop, but definitely clear target, right? So I forget it. Looks so vivid. Juicy. I've been with 80 to talk to one lady. She's been regulating on how I feel. All right, so let's go ahead and quickly, I want to go over the news with you guys to give you an idea of what the landscape is today. U.S. stock index futures rose as a recovery in chip makers helped offset worries about renewed U.S.-Iran tensions. That's right, when there's war, just put a semiconductor over it. It's fine. While investors looked ahead of crucial employment data, European shares fell, and broad-based losses in Asia. Japan's Nikkei retreated from record highs set in the last session, and Chinese stocks recorded a fifth consecutive weekly gain as markets await the meeting between Beijing and Washington for next week for clues. So how the fuck they spell clues wrong? On economic policies. The dollar inched down, pushing gold prices up. Oil edged up a day after renewed fighting near the Strait of Hormuz raised new questions about the ceasefire between the United States and Iran. All right. So a couple of things here. Go over Amazon reports cloud outage at North Virginia data center. Maybe Maybe it's on fire. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, U.S. suspects NVIDIA chips smuggled to Alibaba via Thailand. I fucking love. I love white collar crime, dude. This shit's so good. Server, yeah. Trump administration invites NVIDIA, Boeing, and China CEOs for China trip. Mattel investors ask CEO to consider go private or sale as toy demand weakens. Ooh. All right. Yeah, that look at the cues right now. I have not posted today yesterday's video. I wanted to edit it first. I think we pay it bad boot. Not a bad idea, Jana. Not a bad idea at all. All right, 1 second. A week. The fuck do you open these things? Damn, that looks delicious. I gotta hurry up before Peyton gets here. Little Mother's Day cake. Look at that. What if I dropped it right on my fucking keyboard? I'd quit. Okay.
Don't drop it on that Pokemon card, bro.
Padres Day. Almost there. All right. Oh, and she just pulled up, dude. Oh, I got away with it, dude. I love getting away with good shit. I like turning nice things into crime. All right. All right. Anyway, so Mattel doesn't. Investors are scared about toys, so there's that. All right. Let me see. How did Matt did it fucking dump like nobody's business, or it didn't do anything? Interesting. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. All right. Oh, all right. So that's good. Now, one of the stocks I'm going to be watching here today is Nvidia to kind of finish up the week here. This is our third day, consecutive day opening. Well, we're opening up at resistance. So there is a strong possibility for a pullback first. I would prefer that. I do have a position here, but we do have a target of 215 and a gap. So I was looking for this thing to maybe wheel back here, fill up like 210.50 perhaps. I mean, I do have a gap fill retest and then fire up and out. So that's the plan. If it falls down, never comes back up, not my fucking problem. If it pops back up and triggers me, I will take the trade, or add to the trade rather, and look for that gap to get filled. So, and I'm keeping it simple in that way here today. Same overhead resistance as before. So if we do fall again, we could see a nice pullback. But yeah, what's up? Coffee right there. Hello. I got you coffee. I did. Ooh. All right. Lenny, probably, yeah. It's supposed to be raining this weekend, storming, unfortunately. She stole your orange juice. You can have mine because it's just disgusting. All right, now DK&G sports betting. I don't know if anybody grabbed any calls on this one, but it's holding up here in pre-market and pushing up and out. I'm looking for 27.68 today to see if we can't get a bigger move up to 29.50. But curious on this one's ability to be able to stay after earnings above 26.11 here today. So not a bad little push here. I went $30 calls, but I don't know. If it's ripping in that direction, yeah. All right. Then let's go ahead and check on. Yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, so XYZ, which I'm also going to be watching here today after earnings, it did fire. I'm looking at $80 to potentially get hit. So, but I don't think this play is going to really go much further. I was looking for kind of a multi-stage potential breakout, which was not triggered, unfortunately. So XYZ is nah. Lyft did not get a lift at all last night on earnings and did come back and retest 1350. So there is a potential punch down as much as there could be a punch back up. That would obviously be over $15 that we could see a reversal to the upside. DK&G's always disappoints. Dude, if it doesn't, then it's, it's a fucking gift. Yeah, Soundhound also is stayed in range. Now, these are stocks to keep on the watch list. If they didn't move during earnings, they might move during the day. So keep your eyes peeled on those if you still have them on your watch list or like the setup. I don't think CRWV did anything to either. Yeah, CRWV did dump, and it dumped basically back down to its old range, sitting at 50% of it, and stuck underneath here in pre-market at 123. So at least going into next week, we might be able to see some continuation, maybe an 88.80 target. So, all right, so we're good on that. Netflix. Yeah, let's go over Netflix really quick. All right, so Netflix and we talked about this one as well. It is down. This is actually going to be an interesting setup here this morning because it does have a box. It does have a trigger. It is 88.40 here this morning, with an 88.60 trigger directly up above that, and it's got an uptrend. Now, I've told you guys before, just because it's in an uptrend doesn't mean it has to bounce or continue moving higher. If it doesn't have the volume underneath 87.75, this is going to dump. All right. Well, there you go. All right. The gap is the target for me on NVIDIA. The gap is. All right. If you have anything you would like for me to take a look at, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Tesla here, as it has today decided.
I love you.
I love you too. To make a new high. And I am long on this one.
This year.
Yeah, yeah. And so today's target is going to be a very respectful 420.75. That would be a great place for Elon to fucking move those stubby little fingers over his screen and give us a tweet. But we can only ask for so much. There is a gap, guys. There's a pretty high probability that this thing might go tap and pop, or if you really want it to stay up, you pull back first and then go up. But ultimately, yeah, today's mission is to close above 420 or against 420, one of the two. Yeah, open is in. I mean, it is something to keep an eye on at the open. I think even just maybe setting an alert like that, and then if you exit the rectangle. All right, it's 8:54. We got plenty of time here, so let's take a look at UNH. All right, so waiting patiently for this one. For the love of God, hoping that we take off today and get that big green dingus and move up into the wick. And obviously, there's a lot more money to be made here on this setup. Hantavirus, whatever the fuck, I don't care as long as we get up to this damn wick. That is the goal here. Now we got our retest, we got our potential punchback, so we're sitting right there. It's just a volume push that we're looking for, like we saw here and here. We're looking for the same thing today. So NVIDIA, UNH, obviously going to be DKNG, going to be a priority here this morning. 1 week, no nicotine. Huge thanks to whoever it was mentioned quitting vaping last week. I think a week down, I can start trading again. Yo, Jana, good job. Seriously, that's a good job. That shit's hard. I can't. I had to switch vices. All right, yeah, go ahead and drop your request, guys, and let's see if we can add something to the watch list here this morning. IOND had crazy earnings. Well, that had a kind of a bitchin' setup. Pretty good. I mean, I probably would have only said 54, but damn, man, what a fucking rip. Right up to the wicks. Maybe 71, 75 would be your high today. That's pretty substantial. Oh, fuck. That's what it will look like? What are you doing? Oh, that's cool. Would you use AI to do that? Oh, that's awesome. All right, IBM. Now, everybody can go ahead and add IBM to the watch list because it's in the box that we want it to be in. It's had the time frame that it needs to have. Today's open candle is directly in range, so there's likely going to be some motherfucking tomfoolery here. Yeah. So, I mean, for now, is there anything major here at the bell that's screaming it? No, there is a gap fill up above. So if you can pull back and retest something, then yes, that would actually make for a decent pop. And then at that point, inside of the box, it'll be here 131.75, 132.75, and outside of 133.80, you can look for the break. I ain't dying because of a hentai virus. Yeah, he ain't killing me with no anime virus. It's China again. China virus. But coin is bounce off the floor here. Nothing substantial has been reclaimed. The 24-hour is, I mean, again, nothing crazy. I'd say right now today's range would be between 194 and the low of 183.83 if you can hold that. Yeah, I would say that at least for now. That I couldn't give you any future or continuation analysis until you get a hold of 194.85. So. Whatever the fuck this is, sober. Junior, play the song, dude. But nah, this says empty space up to 198. and that's been filled. So typically, when that fill gets done, price starts to move oddly, and I think that's what you're seeing now is prices consolidating, trying to figure out its next move. This is what you broke out from. So naturally, that would be where you would want to retest and hold above. If not, you're looking at a 125 target. All right. Am I staying live today? 70K likes. You guys got 30 minutes. Torque them fingers.
Fingers better be tapping.
Twerking, dude. Twerk. All right, so we can come to the conclusion here that you are simply in a range with a box up above you that you've retested that you punched down through. Fair. Okay, now that changes on the 4 hour, right? Attention to detail would tell me that yes, we are still in that same range, but this is clearly of very high importance. Cost basis gets retested. You've moved back up. The overhead high or resistance will be here at 680. So if you're looking for a upside move, you're going to need to get that. And you're going to need to be above 691, and that's where you can go up. If you're looking down, it's 630, 628, where you can look for a shot. It actually has a pretty bitchin' downside play. If it can fire that trigger right there and then see the dump, where I would be looking at a target of probably around 570 or 565. So. All right. Service now looks like it's getting ready to bust a move. I concur. This is a, I'm sure there's a lot of people looking at this and saying, bear flag. I get it. That being said, structure above that you can't seem to fucking get a hold of is here. And then what is it below? So that was overhead high. That was your box. So you popped out, punched through, and then fell back in, which is never a great sign. So it would be right here at 90.96 that you would have access to potentially dump, fill the gap. And that gap stopped at that box. See, this is tough, but I can still see it. Cost basis is 88.22, so a punch down through that, and you'd be looking at a new low. If you can climb back outside of 93.75 and reclaim this floor, then you'd be looking at so this is a bilateral setup, right? And bilateral literally means both sides. You just got to wait. I'd say maybe a little bit more bearish with the double rejections off of 95.60, but until you lose something, you can still hold. So bull NASDAQ, bro. The Qs? Listen. You're asking me, am I bullish? Brother, look at this. You see that? That is insane. Of course. But I'm not trying to buy the Qs or go long on the Qs right now. I mean, if anything, I'm utilizing the Qs for hedges and nothing more. So if I'm short, then I'll go long on the Qs. If I go long, I'll grab a speculative short on the Qs as a hedge. But yeah, I don't trade all-time highs. I do speculate on a potential pullback today, but we'll see what happens. All right, keep dropping your requests if you guys are on Discord. Let me see those charts. I will have that class from last night up. I just got to do some editing, so. The class last night. What are my targets for Netflix downside? I mean, this would be a lower time frame setup for sure, but it'd probably be right around that 87.27. And then if you break, like if we actually get the break, I mean, you look at the 24-hour time frame and choose. Dude, you got so this is actually the kind of setup where I'm going to look at this channel and I'm going to incorporate or look for a confluential target. So 86 would be the target here. And again, I'll try to kind of find where that's at. And typically it'll be a confluential level like that. So that would be my next target to the downside. I've been trying the strat on Forex. It seems a little harder. The strat or my strat? But if you just learn my strategy and it's not all like working, you know, that's not just probably still learning. So yeah. But I mean, as far as my strategy applied to Forex, I've never watched it. All right. Let's see what else we got. Nike. Yeah, failed trying to get above that 44.65. It would be nice if you're looking for a reversal to bounce here at 43.55 and curl back up. That's what I'll be looking for today. So, something like that. Listen, be patient on this one because if it comes back down and it still holds, right? If we hold in here, we do something like this, that is what you want. That makes your target that much farther away. So, yeah, the PBS workshop, if you haven't learned my strategy yet, is discounted right now. So you can check that out. All right. Taking long to drop? What is? ACAM, it's in range, but I think it's a good range. Open up in range. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you are correct. It is a very large range, so everything here should be lower time frame, which shows that there's nothing. Listen, this is where people, I think, kind of forget, right, that you were able to utilize the lower time frames if there's nothing on the higher. These all of everything you're seeing right here is going to be relevant for you because of how quickly, right, this thing is moving. And that would include, right, this pre-market box, which is hidden and sneaky, right, which would give you a 143.72 break. And then to the downside, I can see something, but not very clearly. So I'm going to find it, right? 2 minute, ugh. 1 minute, perfect. Got it. And these might not seem significant, folks. It is. It is. And this is where I believe that my strategy does um, give you a real edge because most people, if they don't see it, they don't look for it. And if we don't see it, we look for it. So in this case, the 1 minute, 136.40 would be an area, as well as this small range that's retesting it. So. Coin below 180 soon. There's no envy space for me. And while that could be a possibility here, you're still holding that 179, 180 level. So that would first off need to be lost, as well as this range here that would need to be broken into, which would be 173.65. And then at that point, 157. Is ONDS cooked or will it have upside potential? Brother, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 overhead rejections and 2 bounces off the floor. So I would be less than enthusiastic if you lose 880. I mean, it is maintaining an uptrend, so don't get it twisted. But if that's lost, yeah, no good. Any early hantavirus shocks? Nah, man. It's not going to affect the economy yet. Until it takes the fucking workforce out or has the probability to do so and fuck up,
What stock do we buy?
I don't know, Pfizer, something. Just
I
buy
know.
everything. Just buy anything. Fucking that puts
Okay.
shots in people. Tesla. Get the fuck out of here. All right.
Listen, we got robots. The last situation, we needed the people to go back to work to keep things spinning. Now we've got mechanical cogs for mechanical wheels.
You know that robots get sick, right? They get viruses too. Oh my god. Oh. It's true.
They've got a better blood-brain barrier than we do.
Hello? Do you
'Cause
please
glyphosate.
deliver to me, please?
Oh my god. Wow. Ugh. Take
Almost your
2.
birthday.
Stop. I don't hate my birthday. I just don't really do much about it. You know what I mean?
I do. I was asked, what are you going to do for your birthday? I'm like, I just made it through today. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, once you're a dad and stuff, I mean, it's more like your birthday's more about like the kids want you to have a birthday. So it's, you know, try and figure out something fun for all. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday, Captain Dave. Hell yeah, brother.
Happy birthday, Potter and Captain Dave.
Not me. Captain Dave. Yeah. Take Two Interactive is 229. Break, you're looking for 237. Tesla money sucker. Yeah, I'm just holding long. I need an up or down. ONDS explanation. This thing better fucking rip and scream. Or this is a trash setup. I mean, you look at that, dude, look at that. So either this screams or it dies. Realistically, I would say death. That's, I mean, to fucking test the theory, you know, if you can find some cheap contracts, but look at all of that selling pressure. Look at the Qs coming right back down. No shit. Who's the Tim Syke of options? I fucking hate Tim Syke. Fucking ridiculous. That looks good. That looks outside of 1783, or more importantly, through this box overhead on the 4-hour, where you tapped a couple of times. So I'd say 1816, and you have an 1885 target. Doesn't look terrible. Not a great money amount. QBTS. What about it though? Up or down? I can't do much with that information. I will say, I have a suspicion that we might be traveling in a channel since we've just filled up most of that empty space. And you have this box that you punch through to get here, and you've retested cost basis now bouncing and trying to escape that area, which then puts you up on the chopping block to potentially move through this structure at 2318. So that's what's on the, but I would say right now you have a higher probability to pull back at the bell and go fill that gap once you touch what you want to touch up there. So up. Yeah, you're going to need to punch through that box, man. You're going to need to be back over 2311, which is, again, the previous resistance as well. Puts on car. Ah. I don't think that's a great idea. And I can't tell you what to do, but that doesn't seem like a great idea. And I'm gonna explain why, right? Like, well, yeah, there is maybe a little bit more empty space down to 103, right? And that, you know, I guess if you really want to fucking do that, do that. But it's under 142.32 that happens. But dude, I mean, you just dump from fucking 845 down to 152. Like, dude, you've already fucking dumped. I
What the hell?
Microsoft large up. I don't know, man. This isn't how you want to be responding to that box up above. Yeah, cost base is cost based. So you gotta hold 416 today. What the fuck? Alright. Hmm. I like silver if you are outside of 78 bucks. However, silver above 74.60, that doesn't look too bad. But ultimately, I mean, I'd probably be looking at 83.65 and maybe even the 90s if you can punch through that. So, all right, 916 SMCI up. Probably not. Maybe. You got three consecutive, or yeah, three consecutive days of sideways action. You've got a couple of 4-hour candles retesting that structure underneath you. You can see, take a look at it there. This shouldn't be a terrible problem to solve, and it should just be like this, right? This is where you punch, motherfucker. That's a circle, right? That's what you're looking for. You tried and failed already, but you've now gap filled. So we need essentially to punch or push back through this box and be outside of 35 bucks. If we can get outside of 35 bucks, then you could be looking at some new highs. It also has a channel that it's been trading in like this. So yeah, 36.65. If it can bounce, if it can't, then you're going to lose 32.87, and this thing might be on a reversal mode. So you said $9 put? Listen, with ONDS, dude, this shit looks like shit. I mean, okay, let me explain what I see here. When I look at this setup and I look at how it's traded in the past and then exploded out of those areas that's what I would expect here, holding this uptrend. And even if it did lose that uptrend, it's got $8. So a dollar move down, right? $8, you got 82 right there. And then at that point, there is no empty space. So the only way that this would look like a real short for me is if I'm trying to take it back down to fucking 4. You know what I mean? Like, or I mean, at worst, I guess 5, right here at $5. So I'm not, again, you take your trade. For me, this, I couldn't, you know, so. All right, SoFi upside consolidating well, but I'm but I am beginning to worry about the downside. Okay. What the
Hi,
fuck?
DJ Potter.
What happened? Yeah. Earnings next week compared to previous reports seem off. What do you mean? All right, so SoFi concerned about the upside. It's interesting because it's the same floor here that you've recovered that you're holding on to, like quite literally. And to your point, right? There is, now that we move down here into this lower time frame, it's pretty clear. It's actually very clear, right? That's why you can't go up above 1640. This is why you've struggled to hang on to that 16. This was that retest and yes, potential gap fill. And this is your next target, 1572 down. So SoFi is still maintaining a higher low, which is a good sign. That channel is correct. You can tell right here by the points of contact. So hopefully you quick dip and then rip. But otherwise, yeah, I would be not taking it. I couldn't hear you on YouTube. Mic check. Yeah, you should be able to hear me on YouTube. Okay. Yeah. Psycho has a big 24-hour box. NCLH. Your boxes look good. So I would disagree on the box on the 24-hour. You do have a range, right? But not enough to really call it a box. Here, however, you might have the points of contact to give it that name, right? Um, Now I think on the lower time frames, you know, like you have kind of pointed out here, you'll have a different setup, right? And see, in this area, this was the box. You punched through the box, retested, built, and then failed. So this leaves you retesting the empty space underneath you, right, with a gap now. So if you pop at the bell, it is likely that you would return back down. But that being said, if you can wick it, bounce, then you have empty space to 1772, and then if that punches through, 1880. Snap to the upside. Yuck. Iran says U.S. proposal to end war is under review. Shit. Uh-huh. I'm gonna be honest with you. Snapchat looks like shit. Unless this, I would really primarily be focusing on the most absolute recent price action, which would you know, basically leave you right here so you can punch over 622. But then at the same time, right, you're barely hanging onto this floor that all these other boxes hung onto. So if you lose that, you're probably going to fucking, yeah, I would be looking down. But you're slap ass dead slap in the middle of range. So this setup looks like rough. Irene. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I don't like that. You've now established yourself to potentially stay in this range. I say 6705 is likely where you're going to tap here, right there. And if you fall off that, I say chop. So you need great momentum here. Get above 67, 60, 65 and clear this range. I don't know, JG. That's not my business. All right, 924. Ah, sweet. You guys hit it. Oh, very good. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube as well. So if you guys want to go over there and see the whole screen, that would be great. ONDS. See, and I mean, like, guys, it's all technical. Like ONDS just looks like shit to me, you know? So, all right, really quickly, I want to brush over the cues and everything else, guys. We're opening up at the highs with NVIDIA. If it pops out and goes straight up, take that opportunity to probably trim if you swung. Anything underneath 213, and it's not gonna be great, right? We have a big gap down underneath us, so it is very important that we just quick retest if anything, and then move. Because if we do see a fall, like a push down, it would need to be incredibly fast to fill that gap and bounce. So just as an FYI here, if you're watching NVIDIA today, and remember, folks, if your setup is not glaring right now, just has already triggered or was triggered and it's already flying in pre-market, whatever. It's likely something that you're going to have to problem solve and be patient for. So for today, especially with the cues pulling back here, right, after just making a brand new all-time high, if we end up sinking this box here and losing this floor, what can we expect out of NVIDIA, guys? Probably not bullishness. So, and then another thing I wanted to talk about here, if we got 4 minutes, a lot of you don't need to be playing the downside at all. Just because the upside, got it, right? But a lot of you haven't got, or you should be using light risk when you're playing the downside. If you do not feel proficient in your ability to spot a downside play, be careful. Okay. Yeah. Irene. Yeah, but times and sales can change. It can change drastically. You know what I mean? Like you could all of a sudden buy orders hit the tape. But that being said, I mean, again, this is just another setup that I just would not trade. You know what I mean? Like it's a candle open inside of the wick hitting the 50% mark. Yeah, count me out. I'm trading one setup. NVIDIA CEO got invited to China. I think Trump invited them to go with him on his China trip. CRWV, that thing's not going anywhere until you get above 124.43. That there's no reversal in store on that one until you get there. Oh shit. Yeah. All right. Good luck today. You don't need luck if you have good discipline and know what you're trading.
Damn, UNH is popping, dude.
Is it really?
Look
The
at
rest of the market is fading, so I mean, let's see if we can get what we want out of that fucker today.
it.
Yeah, it is moving pretty strong here. What's your target on song? On what? Fuck that. $30. Q's under 699. Liable to drop 697. Weather's nice most places. Keep it green on Friday or go outside. Straight up, it's the end of the week. The market doesn't care if you have today off. It doesn't care about any of that shit. It doesn't care if today's the day you wanted to make a change. If there's not a good setup, you're not going to get a good play.
Damn, UNH. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, let's fucking go is right. Damn, right at the fucking bell. There you go. Oh, that's not good.
$418.44. $419.
DKNG is moving to my first target here at $27. Squeeze, squeeze, DKNG, squeeze. Faster, harder, longer. Nice. Yeah, IWM swing was probably fire. Here comes NVIDIA trying to push over that overhead high here. Coming off of that 213 mark. Yeah, you're fruited. 27 was the empty space target. Now DKNG is going to have to get through that. That's the next play on DKNG. So
They are fighting to get over that 419.75-ish.
yeah. Careful, friends. If you are watching the video, be careful. This thing needs to make sure it gets a candle close outside of this box. It's got, obviously the 5 minutes, got 3 minutes here left. Stop losses would probably need to be on that 5 minute, probably right around there at that 213.55 or the top right here, which you're still subject to get pulled back under. So it makes for a sketchier stop loss, but this thing has to push hard and get to its target, or it is in danger of getting sucked down into that gap. UNH still holding its highs here. There you go. There you fucking go, NVIDIA. You sick bastard. NVIDIA 212.50 calls. I was holding. All right, we just tapped 214. basically right underneath 215 here, immediately checked out. And again, no ifs, ands, or buts on this one today. If this swing sinks the structure, it's going to go for the gap, and that's a downside play, right? That's a play for some of you guys to possibly take advantage of if you're looking at the downside. So haven't lost anything that SMCI is breaking down, yes. Watch HIMS. HIMS just bounced off of cost basis. All right. All right, for NVIDIA, this is a great place to trim. This is 50% of that target, but I'm looking for that 215. Again, moving out, zooming out. That's the candle close directly up above us. And at that point, we would really need to see significant squeeze-like price action over that candle to get to 1877 or something like that. So So just real quick, right now, literally. Now I'm trimming. This was the target. And now everything else is on the table. Right now, everything else is on the table. The rest of our day depends on what we do from here. If we can get 215.50, that is where we can see continuation on NVIDIA and maybe squeeze like price action. This is not where we want to fail. We definitely do not want to see a loss of 214. At most, maybe a retest. UNH new high. That was a great fucking TP right there. Man, it's good to have great targets. He was trying to push that overhead high as well. Thank God for cost basis on that one, dude. Holy shit. You want it to go up? Yes, I swung NVIDIA long. There you go, UNH. $140% on NVIDIA. Very good. That's what we need right there on the cues. I need NVIDIA to follow. Okay, 215.65. I'm sorry. Squeeze it out. You need good momentum. Continuation. No stop. There you go. Q's absolutely fucking shit screaming right now. UNH is a great punchback. Yeah, that was a classic example of a punchback on the 2 hour, 1 hour time frame. All right, zooming in on NVIDIA. What do we got here? Floor, ceiling, stay here, or get out of here. So 215.45. When to sell? I have been trading NVIDIA all week. I have some of the original swing position, a very small piece of it, and then I've got two 1250s, and I just trimmed as we hit this overhead 215.50. And at this point now, folks, every single other semiconductor has busted through and out of his gap that looked just like this. So I am, yes, leaving money on the table, and I'll, obviously stop out of it if necessary to get that squeeze. Now, I'm okay with us building for it, working for it, but at some point we need to get it done because if it's a squeeze, it starts with rapid price action. So. Okay, I'm having deja vu like a motherfucker. I was trading NVIDIA in the past and Shopify alert came off. I was in this moment before. Yeah, that did come back. Shopify did come back. There it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Brokerage, what are you doing? What are you doing, brokerage? Thank you. Good God. Fuck my. Sometimes I wish my levels weren't that good. Like, can I be wrong right now? Pop that shit. Hughes, what are we doing over here? Sitting up at the highs. UNH still sitting, still pushing. I'm not looking elsewhere. What do we got moving on the market? Anything moving, or is it just us? Tesla's moving. Well, moved. There you are. There you are. Welcome. Now, do we have the volume to make the mountain climbing journey through this empty space? Find out in this week's episode of Are We Gonna Rip Dick? Excuse my language, sorry.
That'd be a fire day for your podcast.
Yeah. If you are running in losses, just join my Telegram group to recover. Yeah, Abdu, listen, nobody's going to join your fucking group, bro. It's sad that you've fallen this low in life to be scraping off the fucking bottom where you're looking to rob people who are already losing money. That's crazy. I mean, try to think of anybody on earth even the Taliban dude hates you. You know what I mean? Like, that's haram. You might be on an ISIS watch list. That's diabolical. That's a diabolical thing to be, bro. I get under their skin. All right, doesn't look like we got enough volume right now, so either we build for it or we just don't have it. What's up, buddy? Everything risk-wise should be off the table. Like, no high risk, like everything right now should be paid. This was today's target. Okay? So it's tough to break these 24-hour candles. That's it. We just got to be over that candle on a 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute time frame. And so we watch this lower time frame to be able to see if and when that might happen. All right, Qs are pushing. I'm on the video. Giant. Somebody spit in NVIDIA's mouth. Where's Chad? Chad spit in his mouth. Netflix is trading like trash right now. I'd fucking leave that thing alone. Accept it. Accept the price. Accept it. Oh, yeah. It's a tall order to ask for 218, man, but I've asked for less and gotten it. Ugh. Ugh. I love my job. I love it. You see how it moved when it got a price? And it's only the 1 minute, so I mean, it could still lose, but it got accepted. Bam! That's what happens when you get over the hurdle. Yeah, trim. Yeah, be trimming. You can trim into strength here. Get up there, UNH. Yeah, if you got like 40 contracts, yeah, for me, trimming 5 contracts off at a time is me. That dude, that's literally what I do. Like, I'll sell 2 or 3 contracts on a pop as we are getting close to my target. I'm just reducing the risk. I'll still hold a great amount of. I'll still hold a good amount of it. But, yeah. US stocks again extend gains. NASDAQ up 1%. This is the 50% mark at 217, 50% mark of this gap, which is why we just paused temporarily. How did you know the setup on the video? How did I know? I have a whole system that I created called the Potterbox strategy that I share with people so that way they can make decisions like this as well. I have two 1250s still, and these things are banging.
That's from 702s. They're pretty stupid right now on the keys.
Oh, dude, you're fucking eating.
Yeah, I picked them up for 48 cents before close.
Fucking amazing, man.
Hey, what do you think about IWF though? Not, we don't have to stop looking at your trade, but it's not moving. It's not responding at all.
But remember this one it was divergent from the rest of the market. I suspect this one might front run that gap fill.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, underneath it's at this point in time, and then anything back outside of 230 or 282.3 wouldn't be the move. There you go, Q's. Dude, we might get that 705 target today, y'all. Holy shit, I was on the money with that. Well, I mean, we'll find out. Come on, NVIDIA. I've been a good ass boy, dude. The bestest boy. Better than a dog. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah. How did I know this was? I mean, this has been me all week. It's the same thing that I do every single time, and I strike when the hammer is hot. Right now, the hammer's hot on fucking NVIDIA, with it being the one that lagged against the rest of the market. But I knew that with the gap right here, that we had a high probability of squeezing. And moving into that gap, because that's, I mean, listen, this is as simple as it gets. By the way, really quickly, I need to mention we are at the wick on the 24-hour time frame at 217.21. It's fighting a little bit with it. Just needs to clear that, and we should be on our way to that 218. And then there is 218.80. Obviously, if you can keep a few on the table for this motherfucker. Good looks, guys. Good job. So a simple concept, right? But also utilizing my strategy. We had a punch back overnight, opened at the highs, and now we're finishing that up. Fucking beautiful, dude. Beautiful, mate. An absolute beauty. Crocodile hunter for stocks. Yeah, I'm in UNH. I'm also in NVIDIA. Having a great time, dude. Having a great fucking end of the week here. Trimming. Yeah, if you guys want to check out the Discord, it's $50 until the end of the day, and then I'm taking that discount down. So if you wanted to check out our Discord, come check it out. Why not sell UNH? What do you mean? Ooh, circle. Oh, hey, mamma mia. Yeah, maybe 107 there. I want the yearly or nothing. Understood. That is for a month. Yeah, it's not going to give you the strategy. You're not going to be able to unmute yourself, but you can come in, check out the Discord, listen to the study rooms, learn, ask questions. And basically decide whether if you get the monthly and you upgrade to yearly, I'll give you your monthly money back. But yeah. Faster you move, the lower the time frame I'll use. Why? So I can find what I need to continue moving the play to the upside. So if you run out of volume at any point in this journey, you're going to come back. That's crazy. You're going to come back and yeah, you're going to retest the structure underneath you like so. And if that is able to push you back up and through the structures, and we can see that continuation, if this fails, we need to come back for more volume at 215.85. So. Faster you fall, the better. Beautiful bounce off of cost basis there. Or off of the 50% mark. Just like that. Punch through. You can't fucking scare me, dude. I don't even get scared sometimes.
We'll all get there one day.
Yeah. We're nearing our target on fucking the Qs, so we better wrap this fucking thing up on the NVIDIA setup here. Need a big push here. 105.93 on that circle set up there. Okay, we might be building a box then. Remember, I'm on the 32nd. And again, this could be a box or it could be a range. There's really no telling at this point, so. But the floor still matters, and you're still holding it. Trying to, anyway. Does anybody know Tesla targets? Yeah, I've got Tesla targets. Right now, you're looking at a 428.18, which you didn't hit yet.
Hey Potter, look at Tesla on the 5 minute right before open.
Yeah, set up a punchback.
Man, they took the move. I wanted to take it at open, but there was no real way to get in. But that's the 5 minute candle. That would have been the perfect opportunity to get in at open.
Yeah, I understand that for sure.
They took it right before.
Netflix just hit a target. That setup sucked, though, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right, I think we're building a box here, possibly. Watch for this pullback. If we hit this floor, this is 2 off the top, 3 off the bottom, meaning that we could definitely pull back through that empty space. You got a bounce level right here. It's important that we bounce and rip that up a new high. Cues are doing, it's following, NVIDIA is the cues. It's about to be 10 o'clock here. Uh-huh. Yeah, post it. Yeah, I just bought that shit and forgot about I'm just forgetting about it. Call me when I'm rich.
You're rich.
Oh shit. Bro, I'm up 145% on that. That's
did you buy right at open?
No, dude, I've had these calls since the 1st of May.
That's right. Yeah, you told
Yeah.
us last week.
Yeah, I've been holding them since the 1st, so not a bad place to buy. I bought them for $95, and they're about $244 right now. It's not bad little fucking gain there. Kind of got me wanting to trim one. Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna hold it. All right. Come on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Potter, good morning. Question: Do you
What's up?
think snow can hit 140 down?
It looks like it's found itself a floor or something of that nature. Maybe the imbalance is what you're firing off of, or it could be. Huh.
Careful
So,
about the gap at 150 at open.
holy fucking shit. Fuck. Q's now hit. Look at the fucking tap. Oh my god, dude. Look at that. From a mile away. All right. Well, we need them to hold their highs or the NVIDIA is going to fake out. You could speculate on a rejection on the Qs. I might do that just because I'm still long on NVIDIA. And they're following consumer sentiment weakened. There you go. Push right off a cost basis. That wick needs to hold. So what am I speculating on? I'm speculating on 702. And maybe even a full reversal back to 700. All right, I'll get those ready to buy just in case. That dude, the target that I gave you this morning was perfect on the Qs. 705.86 on the penny. Did you hold those contracts you were talking about? Someone said they were holding Qs. There we go. Copped a few here. Remember, guys, we're still in a place where we can stop out green of NVIDIA. And if that happens, it happens. So you got to make a decision that if this floor is lost, are you out? Are you holding until a potential bounce? Right? The Qs are still trying to push their highs. So hopefully we can get it. I'm hoping that we'll see a nice pop here and squeeze these sellers out since we got 3 off the top. But if the Qs find a floor, oh, really? Q's still trying to push, but NVIDIA is not feeling it. Four times at the bottom, 3 off the top. Is this the break? Should be. Here it is. On schedule. 50% of the way is going to be right here. You also have this wick. I am buying. Yes, I am buying puts. I just bought a 700s for the Qs up at the top here. Just grabbing a few other a little cheap, so stop out at new highs. Perfect tap. The U.S. released the files or the UFO file. I don't want those files. Give a fuck about some aliens. Catch me about 15 years ago, dude. I'd have been losing it. Unless something in that files tells me why we can't seem to fucking pay our bills, take care of our infrastructure, then I don't really want to hear it. All right, so everything's going as planned right now with the pullback bounce. Obviously, we need a little bit of love through this box up above. I thought the new war drama was going to turn the market red. That's why I don't trade with news, man. I don't trade with, like, I have a, you know, a climate that I'm trading in, if you will, but yeah, I'm not taking it into consideration when I look at my setups. Not really seeing a good bounce here. So, and the Qs are starting to lose their floor. I grabbed all those short. I've said it like 9 times, so. Shoot it. Still outside from this shit for life. Take that shit in stride. Candlelight going up. After they go slide. Are you with that? Hot bad and crack. Are you with there? stack. Like I'm with that. Hope you watching your back. Come on, motherfucker. It's an ass bounce. Just LA. Running around, running around. Kids at play. Some of them outside still. Some of them inside graves. I'm a real beach boy. You know you can never be too safe with that pot and crack. You with that big racks on one comical stack.
It's NCI, a daily high, a new daily high.
Very good. Yeah, 38.50. 34.80, excuse me. Iran's Fars news reports sporadic clashes between Iranian armed forces and U.S. vessels in the Strait of Hormuz since about an hour ago. I'm a buff baby, but I dance like a man. All right, we're sitting on these boxes now, guys. This is about where you got to see price start to bounce it. It's not at the moment. And plus with the Qs pulling back off of that target, again, you guys are going to have to make a decision. Still happy with the trade. Hey, Potter, does Potter Box work good for futures? Yes. Yeah, it does. All right, everything's playing out as this is where we need it the most. Do you give plays in your membership group? Nope. Nope. I am here to help you guys become independent traders. Naturally, that means that we're going to take trades together. Naturally, that means that people who understand my system are going to be able to trade with me, which you might be able to look at as a signal, but no, I'm not here to provide signals. I know that they do not work. I know that it just triggers that instant gratification in us where we feel like we don't have to put in the work to get it done, but you do, which is why I created the group. Come on, right here. You need to pick up the speed. Qs bounce perfectly off of 704.60. So this is NVIDIA's chance to get it up and into that 217 here. Yeah. No signals. I want a refund. Mm-hmm. Sounds like a good. You said it sounds like you thought all night about that excuse, Jose. SMCI looking pretty good. That was a good move, Caesar.
Yeah, I got 10 calls right there. Come on.
Yeah, you're about to hit the target. You're fucking just a couple 25 cents away. Oof. Q's fail. Maybe. I mean, yeah, BA needs to get over. Yeah, you would have a 238, 670 target on BA if you could clear that overhead. Ooh, 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 ooh. I haven't even eaten my breakfast. It's just sitting here cold.
Yo, Potter.
Uh-huh.
Bro.
What'd you do?
But I throw myself in a blunt right now, brother.
What'd you do?
NVIDIA, UNH, and SMCI all smack, bro.
Oh.
Like, I'm talking about smack.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, SMCI, bro. Oh, my.
Yeah. That was a good play right there.
Get you on the Discord. Yeah, dude, I seen at the floor and I tagged you, but I think you were looking at NVIDIA.
Yeah.
Remember this morning? We posted.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, bro. It was the third tab down there, so I grabbed a couple there. Ah, bro. Oh, fuck.
Third group I've been in, I can tell you from experience, this guy is real. Fuck yeah. I was really drunk last night. Anakin, what are we doing here on my desk, brother?
We were.
What are you doing?
Hello?
Hey, Potter, thanks for scamming me out of 325% on SMCI, brother. I really appreciate that.
You got that, bro. You got that. I'll scam you again next week. Hopefully.
Yeah, daddy.
You want to come on my ship? Now, NVIDIA is in re-entry mode, so if you're looking at NVIDIA still, it's going to be a reversal trade, more than likely off of one of these ranges that is underneath us, if we get it at all. Still buying a few of those Q puts here. Looking at this punch down right here on the 30-second or on the 1 minute, and drop into that 702 mark. So not a bad trade though.
NVIDIA puts at that third rejection.
Yeah, not a bad idea, dude. I was buying Q puts, which I still have, but I think this one's gonna lag and drop. Good bounce on the video here at 215.12. But now at this point, we're gonna have basically that. Yeah, SMCI just slammed into that $35 mark. It's fucking.
Yeah, it's holding that shit. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse.
You're fine. 2-minute NVIDIA. Thanks, bro, on that NVIDIA put. Yeah, man. I feel like I gave enough warnings. I literally was like, this is about to pull back. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys were able to catch that. Every time you get out, I get in a put and it pays at minimum 30%. Dude, that's fucking crazy, dude. I was saying that the other day. I was like, yeah, you could use my exits as your entry if you're reversing those trades.
Hey, Potter, looks like SMCI is just staying above that gap and in between the top side box.
Yeah,
What do you
30,
think
30,
about that?
35.22. We just got the floor on NVIDIA. Floor has been reclaimed. Sorry.
No, you're good, brother. Do you think?
The album, that single, burn that hard drive. Come up killing everybody that's outside.
It'll make a new high, Joker. Watch.
Look, bro, I'm looking at 3687. If it gets above this high, which is the cost base on the higher
He's
time
ripping.
frame, it's gonna try.
Watching the video here. The Q's just fucking squeezed out. New high. Come on, NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA, or Q's just punched back on the 1 minute. Cost basis. There's that target right there on the SMC, or yeah, SMCI just hit it.
I love the Potter box.
It slaps. This week has been really nice, man.
I dream about this shit. Oh my god, bro, this strategy, bro.
Locked in, my boy. AMD is squeezing up and out? No shit. Come on, motherfucker. On NVIDIA? Yeah, I am. Yeah, we already have UNH.
So Potter, sorry, bro. So in snow, if it comes through the little range at the bottom of where is that right now, it'll drop, right?
If it can punch through, yeah. It's falling pretty quickly though, so it can retest and bounce. SMCI, give it another go.
Hey, Groupon just took off. I just read that they had a lot of short interest on them. I think it's going to be a squeeze.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we talked about this one. Squeezing. Over 1991. Which is the last time somebody used fucking Groupon. No, I was kidding. Managing my trades right now. Hold on, guys. Good bounce on the video here. I want to see it fall. Do I play any sports? Not actively now, no. I had a couple scholarship offers when I was in high school. But I moved to New York and lost them. No. No, I played football. Not anything. I didn't have any big schools. North Texas was one of the bigger schools, but I played high school football at what was at the time ranked as the #1 high school football team in the country, Euless Trinity, out of DFW area, out of Euless.
No way. For real?
Yeah. I'm 6'2" and some change.
You quarterback?
Yeah.
You know who you remind me of, bro? Go look up Trevor Lawrence from Clemson.
I know who he is, yeah.
He's in the Jaguars right now.
Yeah, I know who that is.
Oh, you remind me just like
Do
him.
not compare Potter to Sunshine.
That was my nickname in Euless. That was my fucking nickname. Dude, well, it was actually mad funny because I grew my hair out in Texas, but when I got there, everybody called me Georgia because that's where I just came from. And dude, they so far that the teachers called me Georgia, and my own girlfriend didn't know my real name. She knew my last name, but she thought my actual name was Georgia for like the first 3-4 weeks of dating. And then one day I was like, "Yeah, my name's Garrett." She was like, "Ew."
That's kind of a dope nickname though.
Georgia? Yeah, it was cool.
Represent a whole state.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I would just be called Michigan, but that's too many syllables.
Sunshine.
Let's not let that catch.
Dude. All right, well, then fuck you, I guess. I'm about to leave. I'm about to fucking NVIDIA is not following, and AMD is moved really well. MU moved really well. TSM died, so NVIDIA is on the back burner right now. Yeah, 6'2" and some change.
It's like 2'8".
Still buying the Q puts a little bit up here, guys. I think inevitably we're going to see a little bit of a pullback, but as for these runners on NVIDIA, it's probably going to be a done deal here. I mean, good thing it's runners, good thing we trimmed, but yeah, as I say that, it is falling fast, but it keeps going up, filling up that space, and then dumping again. So we might be trending down here. And literally, as I just bought those Q puts, no shit. To go to here long. 702. Yeah, I remember that spot. I'm pretty sure this is...
my DraftKings calls for a penny.
Oh, no shit.
Hey Potter, Meta's about to lose a really good floor, and under that is just straight empty space on that one.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm playing the Qs short right now. Shit to come with the devil story still. All of them, even with a little twist, like all of the time. I come from nothing but drugs and a crime. Made it alive. Some time. Look at the left that I'm covered in. All right, NVIDIA, keep your eyes peeled on it. I mean, I'm going to keep watching it throughout the rest of the day, but I'm just going to set my alerts or start setting the alerts. Yeah, I am. Yeah, Meta just punched down. 611.50, or what is that? 611.22. To VWAP? I don't know what I don't use VWAP, dude. Yeah, if it can sink that low, then that's fine. Yeah, no VWAP, dude. I don't need VWAP to, or don't use VWAP, excuse me. I would just be looking for a candle close back up above 97.50. Microsoft doesn't seem like it's just sitting right up above this structure at the moment, so yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. 702.27 is a target down if we punch and lose 703.94 on the Qs. SNDK, what is that doing? Oh man, empty space. That was actually a nice punchback. Beautiful punchback, actually. Multiple. I'd say this fucker's done. I'd be done with it. At least for now. I mean, you got a nice channel there. You did get a break up. But I mean, hitting that structure, you're gonna have to build for it. Is what I mean. What I mean by that. And don't, baby, don't call me. You said 1500. If you can clear the overhead high, yeah. Actually, there it is. 1495. I wonder if Nvidia is about to have fucking bad news or something. Diverging against the fucking rest of the semiconductors. Watching Nvidia back down to 214.18 seems highly likely that, I mean, you could speculate on a potential 211 gap fill, but I'm gonna leave it at that. I got alert set, so if it comes back, cool. If it doesn't, not my problem. Don't call me.
Looking at Tesla on the 1 minute, what do you think about it down to 421.97?
On the 1 minute? Yes, I'm still short on the Qs for now.
15% on the Nvidia puts.
Oh, no shit. Yeah, it's 422.26 and then 421.21 would be the next target there. Qs are getting heavier. Yeah, no problem. Qs are getting heavier here. Still adding.
%180 on the Nvidia puts.
Nice. Yeah, good flip right there. Oh yeah. All right, switching over to the Qs here. 1, 2, 3 here. So this will be either what squeezes this up or right there.
BA is shredding through its
I'm watching that one up above. I missed the entry on that one. I was too preoccupied. Kind of like that setup, but yeah, that was a good 238.70 right there. If you're catching it. SMCI bounced on the fucking cost basis underneath it. Nice trade if you caught it.
Raymond, you ever got those 300s on BA, bro?
Yeah, I put an order for 20 and got them filled. It filled yesterday before close.
Nice. It's a good fill.
Thank you for BA. Yeah. Your strategy is golden, Potter. Appreciate it, of course. I see a couple of people have joined the Discord. What do we got? Monthly members. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Discord. Make sure you ask questions.
UNH is holding up real nicely, huh?
It is, yes. There you go. Healthcare's ripping here. Yeah, UNH doing really well, holding itself up. Bought a contract at 145, sold at 175. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh, Potter, you're a fool, man. You're a fool.
Longer expiration on those. Nike over 44.63s. Get it started. All right. Guys, pretty good day. Pretty damn good day, actually. Runners got stopped out.
Was about to be at 300.
A lot of stocks moving in the right direction, giving us a chance to take profit. We even got some reversal trades. I probably will be looking at the Qs pulling back at some point, although sellers keep shorting it at the top and then it keeps squeezing up. So, but if you guys are on TikTok or on YouTube, you guys are more than welcome to join. Check out the Discord, $50. Or get the workshop if you're ready to go ahead and start learning how to become an independent trader and use my strategy. The workshop is available on my website, but I will see you guys at 2:30 to end the week. Be safe. I'll see you guys then. Peace.